Well, we've all been there. You're torquing down a bolt and suddenly pop, the threads are gone. Or snap, the bolt's broke. Now you have two choices, the industry standard Heli-Coil or the high-end challenger Time-Sert. Today, we're going to find out which one deserves a spot in your toolbox. First up, the Heli-Coil. It's a coiled wire insert made of stainless steel. It's affordable, available at every auto parts store, and it's been the go-to for decades. It works by acting like a spring that expands into new threads you tap. Then we have the Time-Sert. This isn't a wire, it's a solid wall bushing. It's thin, it's beefy, and it uses a unique rolling process to lock itself into the hole. It's often twice the price, but it's twice the tool. Installation is where they drift apart. With a Heli-Coil, you drill, tap, and thread it in. But there's a tang at the bottom you have to break off. If that tang falls into your engine, that's a bad day. Time-Sert adds an extra step, which is the counterbore. This ensures the insert sits perfectly flush with the surface. When you drive the insert in, the installation tool actually expands the bottom of the threads to lock it permanently. No tangs, no movement. The Time-Sert kit comes with everything you need to do the job except for the tap handle. The Heli-Coil kit comes with everything you need to do the job except for the tap handle and the drill bit. So who wins? If you're fixing a non-critical bracket or you're on a tight budget, the Heli-Coil is a classic for a reason. It's simple and effective. But if you're working critical areas such as head bolts, spark plugs, or anything that has to hold fluid pressure, spend the extra money on the Time-Sert. It's a one and done permanent fix that won't back out on the next disassembly. Remember, whatever you choose, your repair is only as good as your drilling. Keep it straight, keep it clean. Now let's take a look at how you properly install a Time-Sert. There are 5 steps to install this Time-Sert, so let's walk through it step by step. Step 1 is to drill out the old threads, keeping the drill square to the surface of the hole. I want to make sure I measure the depth of the hole, and then I put tape on the drill bit so I don't drill too deep into the head. Now, if you were doing this on an installed head, you would make sure that you have everything taped off, blocked, and plugged. Step 2 is to counterbore the hole. When you counterbore the hole, you want to go to that line right there. Not to the full depth that you see here, but just to that mark right there. Almost there. So now that we've counterbored to the full depth that the tool would allow us to go, puts a shoulder on it for the Time-Sert bushing. Next, step 3, tap new threads to the full depth of the hole, making sure we hold the tap square. We want to make sure that we tap it to the full depth of the hole. This is aluminum, so it goes pretty easy. And what we'll do is we'll back it out, we'll clean the threads and start going again. You can use some cutting oil. Okay, we bottomed out. There are our new threads. All right, step 4 is we're going to use the driver tool to drive the bushing in, and I want you to put the driver tool all the way in to bottom out the hole and then mark it so we don't run the bushing in too far. So I've marked it with tape. That's how far we're going to insert it in. And we want to oil the threads of the driver tool. So that was step 4, was marking the driver tool. Step 5, using the tap wrench, screw the insert onto the driver. So now we're going to screw the insert onto the driver. It's about as far as it goes. So as you screw the driver into the insert, it starts to expand the insert, so it's going to get hard. So putting on blue Loctite to make sure this is even more of a permanent repair. And now we're going to use the driver tool to thread this into the hole. Remember, the driver tool is going to expand the bushing into the hole. So we're going to thread this down into the hole until the driver tool, where I marked it with the tape, right here, is going to be in the hole. So that's how far we got to thread it into the bushing. All right, we're there. Now we're done. We remove the driver tool. Wipe off the Loctite. And there is your Time-Sert repair. Not sure if the flashlight messes you up or not. All right, so with that, if I were to thread my header back on, and torque it, there we go, repaired. Simple as that. All right, let's remove it. See? And we are good. I think that's better than the original. As you can see, that was a pretty simple process, and I put the insertion tool back in its bag that says use oil on driver. This way I always remember in case I lose the instructions. You have the driver, the shoulder cutter, the tap, and the drill bit, and it comes, I think it came with 5 bushings originally, so not a bad deal. If you'd like to get this kit, I have a link to it in the description below, as well as the Heli-Coil kit. Now let's see what it takes to insert a Heli-Coil. In my case, it takes a 21/64 drill bit for an M8 125 hole, which we have here. And once again, before we start, I want to mark the drill bit for the depth of the hole. So I have the drill bit marked for the depth of the hole. I don't want to drill past that. Okay, that should be good. So now we're gonna tap out the hole, get you in where you can see. All right, so next we're gonna install the Heli-Coil. So you put the Heli-Coil on the driver, and you'll notice that it sticks out. You have the tang sticking past. The reason you have that tang sticking past is you need that much room if you're gonna end up breaking that tang off. You wanna make sure it doesn't bottom out in the hole. It's okay if it does if you have the room to thread the bolt all the way in. Otherwise, you're gonna leave that much room so you can break the tang off. So in this case, once again, we can get some Loctite and we will thread it in the hole. That's as far as I want to go. And right there is where I'm hitting the tang. I'll back that out. Wipe the Loctite off. Might Thread that in just a little bit more. Make sure the end of it's locked into the threads there. I don't think you're going to be able to see the tang in there. I'm not sure. The light just reflects back, so I'll break that off next with a punch. There we go. Bottom's out. And that repair is done. Okay, phase 2 of our video. How do we get that broken bolt out? That's what we're gonna do next. I went ahead and ordered this Yiki Pro or Yeka Pro, not sure. I ordered it off Amazon, not sure how to pronounce it. It looks like a pretty nice kit. It comes with all the drill bits. If you strip some bolt heads, it has various sizes to get stripped bolt heads out. It comes with these extractors as well, different sizes, and also a series of easy outs. So we're gonna use this kit to remove this and see how it performs. First thing, I'm using a 1/8 drill bit. Okay, this easy out almost feels like it's getting ready to break. So I'm going to switch to the other extractor and see what this does. Now going to a bigger bit. Okay, these drill bits in this kit suck. Okay, when I first started to drill that out, I used a smaller bit and it wouldn't cut, and I thought, wow, these bits are shitty. So I went and I got my DeWalt drill bit set and drilled it out. It worked great. Well, then I remembered the bits that came in this kit, they are left-handed bits, which means you got to put your drill in reverse to be able to drill with them. And so I thought, well, that's not a fair judgment of this kit. I need to try everything. So what I went ahead and did is I put another bolt in there, torqued it to 18 foot-pounds, and I cut it off. And now we're gonna use the drill bits in this kit to test them to see how good they work when you actually spin it the right way. So my fault on that, so let's see how this works. Give me a minute to chuck up the drill. These are left-handed bits. We gotta spin them the other way. Let's see how they work when you drill it the right way. Yeah, that's going in there now. All right, these bits, even left-handed, they're cutting but not well. So what I'm gonna do, put in a DeWalt drill bit as a comparison test. As you can see, the DeWalt is cutting right through it. So I'm gonna have to say, still the drill bits in this other kit, they're not worth a shit. However, the extractors are. All right, so there you have it. I did it through the full test. These drill bits suck. DeWalt wins the race on the drill bits. The extractors appear to be very good though. So I will put links in the description below for all of this stuff, as well as for this kit, you can find the extractors without the drill bits cheaper. And like I said, I don't recommend the drill bits. So there you have it. Well, I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up and we'll see you in the next one.